Do you find yourself drawing your character's relaxed arm the same way that you would draw it as if it were flexed? Do you realize that one rotation of the wrist can completely change the shape of your upper arm? Well, let's talk about it. The upper arm. So we're going to start with the biceps, which are two muscle heads. So I have my front-facing humerus. I'm going to draw my two heads, which right here on the inside is our short head, and then on our outside is our long head. Now there is a small muscle that is in between the front and the back arm muscles. So right here you have a small little muscle, and that muscle's name is the brachialis. Now the brachialis is very subtle and will really only show up during a flex for someone who has specifically worked it out and is very strong. So for a bend or a flex, I'm going to have the outside arm right here, and we're going to be having the back of the hand facing us. So if we are to then flex with our hand staying stationary and just flexing upward, that's going to flex and pull the outside long head, and it's going to pull the brachialis. And so you're going to see those two muscles show themselves. Now, in order to engage the short head, you will rotate your hand. And so if you rotate your wrist outward to palm up, it's going to activate the short head in the bicep, which is actually going to curl that whole muscle group up. So if you're looking at it from the front, you're going to have it right out. And then as you rotate that wrist, you're going to see how the muscle balls up and you're going to get a deep shadow, which changes the entire look of the upper arm depending on how the hand is positioned. Now with the triceps, that is 3 muscle groups. So if we are going to be looking at them from the back, because it is the back of the arm, we have the 2 large main muscle heads, and then we have a third muscle which is connected to the bottom of them. So we have the long head on the inside, we have the lateral head on the outside, and then down here in the connector ones, we have the medial head. This area back here on the back of the arm is actually a large tendon that holds kind of everything together. And a nice little trick to remember what the tricep looks like is think of it as like a tooth. It has that same type of shape. Now when you're bending and flexing the tricep, if you are bending forward, like in our previous example, the tricep is going to show up and you're going to see some of it, but it's going to be a little bit flatter because you're activating more of the front of the arm. Now, if you're going to flex it and extend your arm downward, that's when it's really going to come out to play. You're going to have that tooth shape and it's going to really cast a lot of dark shadow because of how hard you're flexing all of those muscle heads. Stay tuned for the next video as we go over the lower arm, also known as the forearm.